Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Lunar Chris, and welcome to another Steam Next Fest demo showcase. And today I have for you all another anticipated RTS, Dustfront RTS. Another game that I've also been looking forward to myself, believe it or not. But let's just jump right into this thing and choose our faction. Or opponent, I guess, in this case. Alright, let's see here. Let's see what we got here. So right off the bat, the game already has like a whole different kind of setup as far as an RTS is concerned, because unlike in most other RTSs, you actually get to choose what units you get to send out onto the battlefield. So for example, we can have a bunch of riflemen, we can have an assault squad, some BTRs, maybe a couple of rocket units for good measure. Alright. Starting an army for early offensive or defensive operations. Yeah, let's tutorialize this just so we know what the game is all about. Hold shift to set up units or settings faster, enemy difficulty, size of enemy bases, yada yada. Alright, let's see how this goes. Already this is extremely different from most other RTSs I played. And wow. This is really gonna be something else. This is the army you have selected. They need to be placed on the battlefield to start the battle. This panel is for tactical abilities. They are sent on the global map, but presets are available for the demo. Your current objectives are shown here. Main objectives are in white, secondary are in yellow. Currently, you only have a main objective. Your objectives of this battle, you need to control 3 zones, each one providing a passive resource income. The enemy will try to take them back to capture or hold army or buildings to the zone. Objectives of this battle, you will also need to destroy key enemy buildings that are marked on the minimap. You will also be defeated if your own buildings are destroyed. So great points neutral, red enemy, green allied, orange resources, and blue indicate main objectives. Oh boy. Oh man. Well, this is pretty intimidating already. These are your primary resources. With mineral materials, you will build your army and structures. Supply limit for maintaining troops on the map. And parts allow you to develop technologies, and network power powers your buildings. The area depends on context. Selected groups show when regular units are selected, and when selecting a building with options, its options will be shown. Construction buildings have a second tab with a special and defensive structure. Press the tilde to switch tabs. The abilities are displayed here, if any. Clicking on a unit's image moves the camera to it. Here you can see the attack priority by type. Unit selection elements using hotkeys displayed on screen. All builders, F1, F2 all combat units, and F3 all units. Hold Control or T plus number to create quick access groups. Groups will appear on the right of F2 and F3. Build refineries for resources, barracks and war factories for army, and the more the better, you'll need a large base to succeed. The build selects the MCV or construction crane, and then in the menu choose the structure and select a location. Produce troops, because your strength lies in numbers. Manage your resources to ensure that you have enough for both a large army and an economic development. Oh my lord, there's a lot of tutorials to this. Drag a box to select units. Yeah, that's something standard in RTSs. Right mouse button, move to position. G, reverse movement. To queue orders, hold the shift key. To make your forces push through to the specified position without ignoring enemies, use the attack move command. Press A and then left click on the ground. Okay? If you need to focus fire on a single enemy target, right-click without holding A on an enemy, and then all units will attempt to reach and attack that target. Alright, buildings may sometimes have various abilities. If you have a global repair ability, it repairs any of your buildings as well as captures civilian structures and large units with deployment and capability. You can always return to the tutorial by clicking this button. Good luck. Oh man, this is pretty fucking intimidating. Oh no. Well, this is pretty intimidating already. Okay, so that's how I get them to move. Okay. And already, I think my allies are being attacked. Oh dear. Oh dear, that's not good. Well, I already fucked up. What the hell are you guys doing? Okay, I have absolutely no fucking clue what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing right now, dude. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Yeah, maybe I should start this over. Retreat for now. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized. I could actually just sort of kind of... Okay. Okay. Alright, let's see here. You know what? Maybe I'll reserve this for my repair vehicles, since it probably won't be utilized as much. Right. Wait, what kind of unit is this? Long range, but also long minimum range. Effective over large areas with wide dispersion. Shells with a large incendiary payload. Ah, shoot. Alright. Alright. Hopefully now I'll actually, you know, do this without getting screwed over. Alright, let's try that again. This time, no mistakes. Alright, this spot here definitely seems to have an abundant amount of resources. So I'm going to choose that. Alright, so there's multiple deployment zones from what I see of it. That's a bit different. Okay. I wasn't expecting that, but alright. I suppose that works. Alright. Let's rock. Hopefully this time things will go better. Man, this game can take a little while to load. Alright, where are my other units? Ah, my units are the green ones. Okay. Yeah, just so they can actually use this for themselves. Uh-oh. Ah, jeez, there's already trouble. Oh my lord. Yeah, this can really be super overwhelming if you don't really know what to do. Like, you really gotta have a, you've really gotta have some vigilance and good multitasking skills in order to, like, What the fuck? The enemy's always got better. The enemy is always doing better than me. Alright, won't be very long now before they eventually reach my position. Yeah, this is not going very well. I thought I could deploy my other reinforcements. But I guess the game just doesn't really allow me to, or what's going on? Yeah, I might as well spawn this. I might as well make a whole ton of this. I probably should bring tanks with me from now on. Yeah, for vehicle units. Oh, perfect. Alright. So at least we got a vehicle plant. That's nice. Now all I gotta do is just get a, Alright, hopefully now I'll actually be able to do them in. Ah! Can't really do anything here, can I? Alright. Combine, a working machine for collecting useful minerals from Earth's surface. Ah, jeez. Wow, already out of resources. Yikes. Alright. Alright, there we go. Oh boy. Oh man, they're moving in fast! Fuck! Alright, you! Go fuck them up here! So this is really how it ends, huh? I get screwed over by the enemy. Because they've got somewhat better equipment than I. Man, this really makes me wonder what the campaign's gonna be like. Knowing that this is the kind of structure they're going with. Alright, we're gonna need more power. Alright, here we go. Urgh! Arsenal. You know, let's go ahead and build that. Yeah, I gotta admit, this game is not at all what I was expecting it to be. Like, yikes. How do we increase my population limit, though? I mean, there's gotta be a way to do that, right? Supply depot? Processing plant? Yeah, I really had no idea what the hell I'm doing, man. I'm gonna be real. This game is not at all what I was expecting it to be. Really was not expecting this. Alright, perfect. Alright, perfect. Alright, you are going to repair... Or, are you going to repair? Oh boy. My foundry's getting destroyed. Yep, there it goes. I was afraid of that. Oh man, that is one mean fucking rocket jeep. Oh jeez. I gotta take care of the vehicles. And the anti-air infantry, and the anti-armor infantry. Those are always the threat. Oh my lord. Yeah, this is getting really funky. Maybe I should put my buildings a little further away from, supply depot. I should put my buildings a little further away. So I can... Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, this isn't looking good for us already. Can I at least build any defensive structures? I don't imagine so. Doesn't really seem like there's an option to build defensive structures. Alright, let's get more power. Because we really need it. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is not at all what I was expecting this to be. Yikes. Yeah. Might as well build a foundry. Right, and then... You know, I'm actually amazed that I haven't been screwed over yet, but that probably won't last for very long. Yeah. Yeah, I have a very limited space on where I can build my stuff. But as long as I can spawn more reinforcements, then it's worth it. Erg. Ooh. Looks like they're getting the big guns out already. That's a worry, though. Somehow I have a very large enough force to take care of them. Okay, so that's what the heavy bombs are for. Okay. I guess I better get out of that radius now. Alrighty. Alright, now we can spawn a whole lot more reinforcements. Oh. That's a nice looking plane we got there. Yeah. Sorry I'm not really speaking very much. I've said that a lot in some of these videos, but... I'm gonna guess that the resources are finite in this game, which I guess would make a lot of sense. Alright. We got a fairly large enough army. We got BTRs, a lot of riflemen, and a few tanks for good measure. Hi guys, what are you doing? Okay. Let's do this. Alright. Alright, well, we're making decent progress. This is good. Well, our BTRs unfortunately got destroyed. What? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Ah! You know what? Might as well go back. Stay the fuck away from my ding dong base. Alright, we're approaching the enemy base. Wow. Uh-oh. Oh, this is already troubling. Okay, never mind. I was hoping this would work out, but... yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm really feeling this game, to be honest. It's real... I mean, it's good, but... I don't know. I don't really know if I'm not really sure about this one, to be honest. Like, maybe somebody out there will get some enjoyment out of it, but me personally, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. But you know what? Credit to the developers. They made a pretty awesome looking game here, and I commend them greatly for that. But I guess maybe deep down I should have realized maybe this just wasn't for me personally, but who the hell knows? Maybe I'm doing something wrong, and maybe I'll learn the game a little better if I ever decide to play it again. But as it stands, I'm a little on the fence with this one. Not a bad game overall, a great game even, but again, this is a totally different RTS for me personally, so I would only really recommend it if you're not only an RTS buff, but if you're also able to handle the new mechanics this game has in store. So yeah, might want to be cautious of what you're about to get into here, because this game clearly is not meant to be too friendly to you, and it shows. But enough of me yapping. I'm gonna call it a day here, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. With that said, I bid you all adieu, farewell, have yourself a lovely day, and until next time, this is Lunar signing out. See you later, everybody, and thanks for watching.